Babize bonke sigcwale ngediski. The rivalry continues as Mamelodi Sundowns clash with Orlando Pirates once again in a highly anticipated affair. After a series of humiliations at the hands of Masandawana, the Buccaneers have a bone to pick. It's up to Ezga Magepula to stop the Mamelodi winning machine, who are on a record-breaking winning streak. It's a must-watch. Get a DSTV decoder for $6.99, including installation, and be part of the action. Mamelodi Sundowns versus Orlando Pirates. Watch it live on SuperSport on DSTV Compact. iDiskiTV powered by World Sports Betting. iDiskiTimes.co.za. Orlando Pirates 0, Mamelodi Sundowns 1. Mamelodi Sundowns now have a points gap between them and Orlando Pirates that is maybe 27 points. If yesterday it was 24, 3 points, it's 27 points. Someone was saying that the points gap between the two big teams is the equivalency of a points gap between Sundowns and the team known as Bulugwana City. They could have used any other team like Baroka. It's like the points gap between a big team and a small team. Tso Vilakazi, highest ever goal scorer in the history of Orlando Pirates in the Premier Soccer League era. Also a former Mamelodi Sundowns forward. Both of your former teams are playing today. What do you make of the game, sir?
Mr. Kunjani
So and so?
Yeah, ngibulise wena, ngibulise Drake, ngibulise Justice, ngibulise Junior, ngibulise na nemakhaya. Support njalo la ku DiskiTV. Ngizobeka nje benjalo ngijike futhi.
So and so.
Yeah, as Mr. Nkewu, this is what I want to watch.
But you don't see Sundowns winning.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I don't see Sundowns winning.
Mr. Nkewu. No, bengiphetshile. Bengiphetshile ukuthi noma kanjani ezemnyama ziyawina namhlanje. Ezemnyama ngenkani. Ezagebhula umuzi ngamasipala zawenza wawo. Hey. Yeah, but Mr. Nkewu, ayikho into esoyenza because if you're not going to encourage these boys, they will always go there, sabaphethe thawula kanje, and that's not a good thing.
And they gave a good fight.
Definitely they did that. And look, yes, team iluzile, but I'll clap hands. They didn't make it easier for Sundowns. Sundowns has to work for the 3 points, and then Nabolaba corner they will tell you, wow, we thought really not we're gonna lose, especially with those set pieces. Aga Saleng.
Yeah.
Mr. Nkewu, I don't know. Maybe my mind in indlela. You played the last 2 games. You've won. Playing with 1 defensive midfielder and 2 attacking midfielders. You've won. Back, not draw. You've won. Now you're gonna play against Sundowns. You come with 3 defensive midfielders. So actually, you Uzela ngama defenders I8 and 2 attackers. So what are you saying to us watching the game?
It sends the wrong message.
So definitely, because until mangibona lineup, I was like, bafethu. Bella, it's like lento bengikhuluma ngiyabheda. There's no sign, even a little bit of a sign to say maybe there is a possibility you could come Pirates can win the game. The lineup was very bad. Started to change second half, the last 15 minutes, where you could see Manje, at least Dlamini came in those passes. Umayela, started to give that width with Pirates, where now it was going up, trying to cross. But I still ask a question, Mr. Nkewu. If you're gonna use the width, for me it doesn't make sense. Why? What's the point of you using the width? Shoot. You've got to overanalyze this height. Okekana is this height. I mean, he's not a good jumper in the air. He's not good in the air. So you cannot afford to use the width and then you get those high balls because it's the waste.
But just to pick you up on that, so I think that you make a very good point actually. If we apply our minds to this with the audience at home as well, the idea is to go wide and cross, but cross for who? And how many times are you going to do that in matches? The goal that was scored by Saleng, which was passed by Uchuka Manja, if you remember the game against Imaromokala, that was a pass, and it was literally just a cross pass. It was accurate. They were not crossing it willy-nilly. They were not just hoping it will find someone. Today they were so dangerous, Orlando Pirates, with those crosses, but none of them worked because Sundowns had tall players. What do you think is the thinking behind that with the coaches?
I'm confused because if as a coach, you say let's use width. To me, one thing will say, okay, let's use the width, but the crosses, we don't need the high ball. Let's hit them hard and low. So that Erasmus, especially the ball between the keeper and the defense, maybe Erasmus will come in those situations. Or you just do a cross pass to Erasmus, because if you put it in the air, it's a waste. And if you go back to the previous games, there was a ball that Ulontuzana Usaleng did a cross pass, Guye Erasmus, and he scored a beautiful goal. You know, so now Jogamaja did that, Guye Usaleng, and he scored. So today, like, I don't know, that mind was not there. But the one thing that I will say I respect Paris today is Usaleng with those in-swinger set pieces. Wow. They just needed a touch, you know, somebody just gonna touch it, you know, to the poles. But nevertheless, Sundowns, you know, it's a team to everyone wants to beat that team. Some of their players today, you know, they were not in good standard. Mkwena, I even said in half time, but for me, I was going to take him out and Fage Uchali, because today he couldn't command that midfield. And if we can also remember Omayema was not the Mayema that we know that he plays. Now he has to think about Ulontuzana or Omayela Magaloga Kopoga, but Yende was not giving him anything. And then up front, yes, I understand Uguto Roland wanted to confuse Pirates, because he knew Uguti Badalanga Trailer Paya. So if he's gonna have Shalu Lile, no Cassius Lapaya. So he's gonna force the three defensive Pirates to do what? To come inside. Because they need to close the post, to come inside. And then when they come inside, it means they open the width for Omudao and Ulontuzana Umuren. But nevertheless, Cassius, this boy, he's doing wonders. This boy is doing very well, and I like that. You know, when he's standing there, you know, he's strong. You know, he can protect the ball. Look at 1v1 with. You know, I heard Paris supporters were shouting at the keeper, and I asked myself, Guti, so should the keeper kick the ball for who? Again, Rasmus, against Mvala. You know, certain things maybe we need to teach our supporters that I can see there's a wall. And I know if I hit this ball to that wall, it's going to come back again. And I'm tired of saving those balls from that wall, because I can't control when the ball comes back from the wall. So now I was like, this boy is trying something to say, midfielders, come to these open spaces so that we can start and play. Then we can turn around and go forward. Yeah.
It's a 27-point gap, so as my last question to you. There was nothing really. People have been trying to do mathematics, Uguti. Even if Sundowns draw all of their matches and other teams win all of their matches, they would still win the league. It's such a huge gap that there is no title race. Even though some journalists are talking about a title race, there is no title race. Today, I think there was an intent to Pirates even before this game, because we could see there were pictures circulating. There's a lot of police reinforcement, so that even though people were joking, even if Nishawe 5-0, they can protect the Sundowns, they can go home safely. There was this tension. My thinking was that even if you find a way to win this game today, it is so meaningless. It's important that you give us a good game, but in terms of that points gap, it's so meaningless that it would just help you jump from number 4 to number 3. But in the league context, it really didn't mean anything. Are you concerned about that? So, Guti, we are at this point in February, and there's such a huge gap between these big teams.
Mr. Geo, I'm very, very concerned about that, because, you know, when Imoto Maisuga, at least try and catch up. It might say halfway, and then there's a car and then you think that you're gonna catch that car. It's impossible. And I said it, Mr. Keo. Unfortunately, Sundowns started when everyone thought this kite's not moving. 10 years back, Sundowns started 10 years back. As you see this car, as far as they started 10 years back, and no one thought this car. And it's football. It's just that coaches and teams, they just need to sit down and analyze and look back and say, okay, fine. Yes, we all agree. Sundowns are there. We can't catch them now. But can we give ourselves maybe 2 2-3 seasons to prepare ourselves to catch up with Sundowns, because that's what Sundowns they did. They've waited. They started when no one thought of starting anything.
Yeah, but it's been 6 seasons winning, the same team winning. So if they were preparing, they should have prepared long time ago.
No, when Sundowns was starting to prepare, no one was aware of what is it that they're building. So now when they open their eyes, Sundowns say, now they're like, yo, guys, how can we catch up with them? So they just need to really vuman madodas kumleni ichoko sizibekeni phansi amadoda ayashaya induku Mr. so laba bayashaya induku laba ngoba na next week so sekuzoba ingoma ke manga, because I thought ukuthi at least I Pirates izovala le pa people, so ngithi izoyivala manje ayiseyivulele kakhulu ke manje bahambile iphelile league.
There you go. It's been over. We can't afford to have 3 seasons with the same team winning. It's been 6 seasons already. So we can't have that, because I think my fear is that these records are not going to be broken in 100 years. That's the worry. Like, if they win 10 seasons in a row, no one is going to do that in 100 years. There you go then. Thank you very much, Mr. Tso. iDiskiTV, iDiski Times, World Sports Betting. Thank you for watching us.